It's an age-old saying. Good writers borrow, great writers steal. You can simply iterate on existing ideas, or you can study them, understand them, and make them your own. Of course, the sentiment doesn't just apply to writing. It can be said about any creative endeavor, including video games. And in this regard, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, the latest in the long-running yearly series, has stolen a lot, and it is all the better for it. Leaving aside trite quotes, Black Ops 4 is just a lot of fun. In fact, it's the most fun I've had with any Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2. This caught me off guard. As an annual release, Call of Duty has felt stale for a while now, despite its trips back to World War II, the dystopian future, and the fringes of outer space. Throw in the fact that developer Treyarch didn't include a single-player campaign this year, and I was all but turned off from the property. Black Ops 4 would be another entry in the yearly ritual I had grown so tired of. I would log on, play a few hours, get my fill, and move on to the next AAA release. Or so I thought. Almost immediately, Black Ops 4 had me hooked. After 4 hours of multiplayer, I sincerely wanted to play more. I wanted to learn each specialist character. I wanted to find my main, so to speak. Call of Duty has been inching closer to becoming an actual hero shooter for years now, but in 2018, it's finally taken the dive. It's still very much Call of Duty, with a quick time to kill, 3-lane maps, and an abundance of progression options with which to outfit your characters. But it's also taken some of the best parts of its hero shooter contemporaries and made them its own. First and foremost are the heroes themselves, or in this case, the specialists. In addition to the normal Create-a-Class loadouts inherent to the series, each specialist has his or her own unique gadget and weapon. The gadgets have a shorter cooldown and benefit you in a variety of specialized scenarios. Ajax's 9-bang, for instance, is great for stunning enemies on a control point. Seraph's tactical deploy beacon, on the other hand, gives your teammates an alternate spawn point, shortening the distance to crucial objectives. Specialist weapons function more like ultimate abilities. Ruin's Grav Slam can clear an entire room of opponents, while Torque's Barricade emits microwaves in a straight path. In recent iterations of the yearly franchise, character-specific abilities were pretty minor. The specialists in Black Ops 3 had unique weapons, and the combat rigs of Infinite Warfare provided additional perks, but Black Ops 4 finds ways to make your character selection matter, and to change how you play the game. The specialist Recon, who happens to be my favorite, relies on intel and positioning. The character Nomad focuses on traps and defensive skills. If you're not playing to each of their strengths, you might not be helping your team to the full extent. Some of the most successful multiplayer shooters today make use of heroes. Overwatch and Rainbow Six Siege are the first that come to mind, placing their rosters at the center of their design. Overwatch's superpowers feed into its colorful, bombastic gameplay, while Siege's operator gadgets add even more complexity to its high-stakes rules. The thing that strikes me most about Black Ops 4's multiplayer is that I'm constantly thinking throughout each match. Call of Duty games don't usually encourage this. The shooters have always been aggressively decent, allowing me to go through the motions, trading kills and earning new weapons at a steady pace. Black Ops 4, however, puts you at a disadvantage if you don't make use of your unique abilities. On the flip side, more often than not, it makes me feel as if I'm actually earning my wins. This sentiment amplifies when you switch between game modes. Defensive specialists are crucial in defending control points, while intel-focused characters excel in more punishing hardcore modes. Black Ops 4 has borrowed something else from Overwatch and Rainbow Six Siege. Its storytelling focuses on backstory and context, allowing you to fill in the gaps as you play. Each specialist has an intro video, along with dossiers that outline their origins and career experience. The Specialist HQ missions provide enough story to make its characters memorable without subtracting from the gameplay in the process. This focus on player-driven storytelling, that is, allowing players to use context and the game systems themselves to find their own stories, has become prevalent in recent years. Overwatch has thrived on this kind of narrative, with tangential short videos that add flavor to each character. Siege even goes so far as to factor its relationships into its gameplay. The character Echo is immune to the Korean operator Dokubi's hacking attack because they grew close outside of combat and helped each other improve their gadgets. Black Ops 4 doesn't take things this far, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Treyarch continually lean into its cast as the game continues to grow. It already has a healthy roster of 10 specialists, and I'm having a blast learning each one's unique abilities. Time will tell if there's longevity in this formula, but Treyarch already has a solid foundation to build on. But of course, for all of the improvements that the player versus player arena makes, this is only 1/3 of the Black Ops 4 package. And while the new Zombies maps are a joy and offer dozens of hours of frantic cooperative play, I want to turn your attention to Blackout. It's the next in a growing number of Battle Royale modes and one of the biggest attractions for this year's Call of Duty entry. Unless you avoided video games, social media, or pop culture in general for the past 3 years or so, you're probably familiar with the Battle Royale formula. 100 players drop onto a map, gather supplies, and fight until they're the last team or individual alive. Blackout is just as straightforward as you'd imagine. It combines the structure of a Battle Royale with the mechanics of Call of Duty. And it works. It works really well. The tight controls and comfortable aiming feel great on Blackout's map, and a slightly longer time to kill ensures that many will have a fighting chance. It also incorporates zombies in a clever way. Certain areas of the map are infested with the living dead, but also offer better loot for those that brave the monsters. It's a simple risk-reward system that adds character to the map, brings a unique wrinkle to the Battle Royale formula, and ties into the overarching Call of Duty lore. As was the case with its PvP modes, Black Ops 4 understands not just how to borrow from other games, but how to steal, and in the process, make those elements even better. I have to hand it to Treyarch. The team clearly understands what makes Call of Duty tick. It could have implemented some building mechanics a la Fortnite, or gone completely overboard with the number of zombies on its Blackout map, but it held back. Blackout is a simple mode that works so well because it is simple. It uses Call of Duty's strengths to make a seemingly obvious mode perform extremely well. It's ironic that Call of Duty has expressed confidence in its own identity specifically by understanding the identities of other games. It recognizes the value of the Battle Royale genre and the practicality of hero shooter storytelling, and morphs them both into something with their own distinct flavor. The result is a shot in the arm for one of the most pervasive series in modern games, and that is no small accomplishment.